What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Blind Refs Podcast. My name is Tony. I'm here with Isaac, Nate, and Nick. I am behind the cameras today as Brian cannot be with us today. He is busy, apparently. Week 0's in the books. It's done. Some good games, but we start the Week 1 picks this week. Really good slate for Week 1. Obviously, next week when we talk about Week 2, Week 2's got some great games. But Week 1, we kind of start off the season really well with some good games. Do we want to start to recap last week, what we saw?
Notre Dame looks good.
You think so?
Or how bad's Navy?
Navy's bad.
I think Navy's really bad.
That was a very close game last year.
But
I think Notre Dame looked good. I think Sam Hartman looked good.
yes, I think I think the announcers of that game were making him sound like he's like the best thing ever.
What's his name? The ex-Cowboys head coach. Jason Garrett was so bad.
Who's calling the game?
You also gotta remember that's NBC, so that's their home
Yeah.
broadcast.
It was so I was watching pregame because I was just waiting for it on, and he was like, "The Guinness is flowing, the Jameson was flowing all week." And it was weird because I was pregame, and then when they went to the game and they were like, "Welcome, we're live," he said the exact same thing word for word. I'm just like, this is.
So, I don't mean to say too much, but there were way more Husker fans in there than there were Notre Dame fans. Just saying. And we built a beer tower.
There was one in there.
So did they built a snake.
I was gonna say,
Bigger than ours?
I don't know.
There was a line on there.
They probably didn't have free alcohol though, like for the Huskers, because the.
Oh, yeah, because the
System
card
was down.
machines went down.
Yeah.
I thought Notre Dame looked
that's
pretty
a
good.
difference, yeah.
I thought they looked good.
No, I did
kinda
think
looked
they
It
looked
helps when they have a quarterback.
True.
a good quarterback. Not a quarterback that did okay where, like...
I think he looked really good. I think they all looked very good. I know you're playing Navy, but that was a close game last year, and
They needed to do what they needed to do against the Navy team.
Mm-hmm. They did just enough. Not too much. Just enough
for
for
people
us.
who didn't pick them to cover, it's strange. But
That's weird. Who picked him to cover? You want to go over that?
you and me.
Oh, well, you and me, the 1 and 2 from last year.
Correct.
All I'm saying is Navy
I
hadn't
finished-
lost a
I
game
fi-
by
I
more
finished-
than 20 in
I finished
the
first
last
or
6 games that
I
they were.
finished first or second every year.
Is it just stuck on Oregon Ducks' schedule?
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah, I just clicked the first
In the
one.
last 6 games
is
that
all I
Navy
did.
had been a 21 point or 20 plus point underdog, they'd covered it every single time. So that's why I picked them.
Yeah, new coach.
It's a bad pick.
He was their defensive coordinator last
It
year.
was close. 42-3, it's not bad.
Have the Rico have a bad take on the Barstool.
Yeah, no. Passing the ball.
Why didn't we pick all 7 games from last week?
Why didn't we?
Yeah.
I want to. They're just terrible.
Hawaii Vanderbilt SEC.
Can't
That
believe that
was
was
a good game.
close. I did not expect that.
Hawaii-
Hawaii might be a team that could be decent.
Vandy was up like 2 scores most of the whole game. Then
Their stadium's so
scored.
bad right now.
The stadium construction must have been messing with them.
Texas plays there next year. I'll be there next year for that.
I'll probably be done
I
by
wonder if
then.
they. Well,
hopefully.
maybe.
I don't know why they started in the middle of the season. They
They
couldn't have
did it.
started in the off season at
They
all.
did.
Summer.
They did.
When?
In the offseason, they had really bad weather and delays. That's why.
It's no different than the 2 times, like, Nebraska's had construction. When they redid North Stadium when I was in college, like, that was...
Is
A
the
pain.
scoreboard hanging up from 2 cranes during the game?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
But no, you could see the cranes because that was the really cool on 9/11 that year because we played a game on 9/11 and it was the biggest
nice.
card handout or whatever, and then they flew that big bomber over, but there was a crane in the way. It was the craziest thing watching it come in because there was a big crane and the plane came swooping in and was like going side to side over the stadium. I was like, oh, this is intense watching. But
Yeah, no, it's literally holding up by 2 cranes.
okay, yeah, it wasn't that
It's
bad.
blowing in the wind.
That's scary.
What other games? USC's defense is still terrible.
Absolutely.
Well, their offensive line
Their
looks
offensive
terrible
line is
too.
terrible.
Good thing Caleb Williams is Caleb Williams.
Man, is he gonna finish the season? He took some hits that game.
He did. You know who's really good is that Nash from San Jose State.
He's an
He
ex-quarterback.
was their quarterback last year.
Yeah. 3 touchdown
Click
catches.
on that. Yeah, click
That's
on that. I want to
crazy.
see his stat line.
Yeah, he had 6 catches and 3 touchdowns.
And he had like one-handed catch and
Maybe more.
Oh boy, there we go.
yeah.
Nick
Go up.
Nash.
You missed it.
Oh
Or
boy,
the-
No, all
keep
the way
going,
up.
keep
All the
going,
way, all the way up.
almost there.
And it's right.
Oh, box score.
Bus.
Oh, there we go. Goodness.
Get
No
outta here.
receiving.
Caleb Williams only played 3 quarters, right? Or did he play more?
He only had
Yeah.
89, but
That's wild.
3 touchdowns though.
I mean, they moved the ball all over him.
You know who's electric is Zachariah Branch.
He's good.
True freshman.
Very good.
Unbelievable. I mean, sure, it's San Jose State, but still. As a true freshman,
That's
the
what.
way he was moving with the, like,
golly, everybody was like,
nobody can
this
kick
might
to
be
him.
Reggie Bush.
Nobody should be kicking to him.
They got 2 true freshmen as their second and third leading receivers in that game. Deuce
Hey,
Robinson's
Deuce
also a
Robinson.
true freshman, tight end. Crazy. They're just so stacked.
I don't know.
with
Their
talent on
schedule gets
offense.
pretty tough.
USC.
Yeah.
For a while, though. Like, look how bad that is until Notre Dame.
Yeah.
October 4. Oh,
October.
October. October
Dude, that's gonna be a
14th.
good game now.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but they end tough. Notre Dame,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Utah.
they have a brutal back
That's what
half.
I said when we
Yeah.
were previewing them. The back half is terrible. Take Cal
Like
out,
if
but-
their line is that bad, like if it's bad, like granted they
don't
play
have
some
any bye
easy.
weeks either.
No, I said that. I said they played 9 straight conference games with no bye weeks.
That doesn't make any sense. They should have 2 bye weeks.
No, someone screwed.
They- Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, but
should have
they
2
played
bye
9.
weeks.
They played 9 straight. No, they played 9 straight conference games.
What's week 6? They should have 2.
They're
They don't. I'm telling you, they don't.
They
Well,
don't.
let me just look at my fantasy team and I'll tell you that they do.
No, they played 9 straight.
Week 3 and week 13.
What's week 13?
I don't know.
Well, I can just see by the dates.
Week
That
13 would
doesn't-
be after UCLA. Okay, yeah, so they don't play the
They-
Thanksgiving weekend like everybody else plays Black Friday. So okay, so they don't.
So they
That's
have
brutal.
they'd have a bye
That's
week.
terrible. What's the point of having a bye week? then?
Their second bye week is in between the conference championship
Yes.
game. Yeah.
That's terrible. That's a terrible spot to have a bye week.
Who
You
does
don't play
that scheduling
9
like
games
that?
in a row. He's not going to be a healthy thing.
He's not.
Yeah, so what's the point of having a bye week after UCLA?
He's not.
no.
Nah, I think
The,
he'll be okay. He'll be
the,
okay.
The announcers were very annoying about like him going back to back and like talking about Archie Griffin all the time.
Yeah, but this is like the most realistic
Oh, for sure.
like, time. This is the closest it's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Manziel, but
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow, yeah. I
I don't
mean,
know if they were clear cut number ones though.
Tim Tebow wasn't after he won.
I don't think so.
Maybe not number 1 NFL draft pick, but
I'm so. Where did he go? Where did he finish?
5th, I think.
Two
Tim Tebow did.
in
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5th. Because
Yeah,
they were bad. They were like 9-3 that year. No, they went 11-2.
Because Mark, no, they were good in 2009.
Yeah.
It was between them and Alabama to play Texas. And
So they might have
North Carolina.
finished 3rd then. He might have
Because
finished 3rd.
if it was Mark Ingram, Colt McCoy,
Yep, Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow.
3rd then.
So Florida wins. Tim Tebow wins.
Probably.
yeah, and then they played.
Alabama wins.
then they
Mark
played
Ingram
the-
won.
Yeah. So Mark Ingram, here it is.
Yeah.
So Mark Ingram, Toby Gerhart, Colt McCoy,
Toby Garrett. Oh, he did get
Toby
5th.
Gerhart.
Okay.
Sue, and then Tim Tebow.
So he finished 3rd in 2007. Because he finished 3rd, 1st, 5th in the Heisman in his
Wow.
career.
It's still pretty good.
Oh, okay, 2007 he won. 2008
Yeah.
3rd. Dang, he was close to 3.
What a quarterback.
Yeah,
What a
it's pretty-
quarterback.
It's kind of insane.
That's why he's top 5 all time.
That's why he's top 1 all time.
I think he was the overall pick, Nard,
Should have been if he wasn't.
right?
Yeah,
Who-
I
Best
think.
quarterback in college of all time.
I think so.
College quarterback.
College. Yeah, I think so. I think that's a fair statement to say. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe I remember Toby Gerhart.
Yeah, he was a beast.
26 touchdowns rushing.
Yeah, he was good.
Just mowed him. All right. My most surprising game of the week was Massachusetts beating the brakes off New Mexico State.
Crazy game, yeah.
I did not expect that at all. I thought UMass was gonna be so bad. They were so bad last year.
That was gonna be my pick, and I didn't. Like,
UMass?
just because I was just like,
You thought
dude,
UMass was
both
gonna
teams
win?
are just so bad, dude. I just didn't know.
Well, if you would have took that, then Nate would have been the one that
Yeah.
cost us our
I know I
playoff.
should have.
Nate was close to being the only one, man.
Dang, that close, Nate.
If Curtis Rourke didn't get hurt, though, Tony's pick was a good pick.
I think so too.
Nate's was just not good at all.
Minus 15.
It was 12.
Minus 12.
Oh, 12.
But it was from 11.
Sonny Crumby offense. Come on.
They don't have a quarterback that can run it. Hank Bachmeier.
Okay, so I did watch. Did anybody else watch the BS documentary?
Yes.
Not yet.
It's awful.
You know what? Okay, so
That guy is
Awful-
like
awful as in the.
It's a good
no, it's a
documentary
good
and
doc.
the things
Awful
they did.
person.
that guy is a terrible person.
Awful
like,
person.
at first you're just like, God, this guy is crazy. But when you realize the impact it had on the kids, then you're like, this guy is a piece of, like, he's an absolute dumpster.
Yeah, you
like,
guys have to watch it. It's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
wild.
but the
It's on HBO.
reporter,
Well, it was supposed to have
Nice.
HBO, but Nate took it away. So.
Oh, yeah, I get it. But you have HBO Max?
My brother does.
Nice.
the end of it made me mad a little bit though, with the reporter talking about like high school sports and like how high school sports is all about the money, and like in order to like make it so like this can never happen again, like it kind of irritated me because it made me feel like that's not how I felt playing high school football, right? Like I was playing high school football because I loved it. I didn't feel any draw for the money or anything like that. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but it's existed for
Money in high school football? Man,
well, like
I don't
that
spend any money in
town,
high
what's it
school.
called?
IMG?
Melissa, whatever, in Texas, that just town of 18,000 people just built a
Oh.
10,000 like seat stadium and this indoor football field.
Well, that's
and like
Texas. That's different.
yeah, but
Texas, Texas, Florida, Georgia,
Ohio.
California. Is Ohio that way though? Like
Yeah, Ohio's bad. Ohio, there's a
the
whole
top
documentary on
teams in
that.
Ohio. I don't know.
There's a whole documentary on like Ohio and like youth sports and stuff like
The
that.
gist of it, you guys will watch it, but like the gist is like there's rules that are common sense to people that he's like, oh, if they're not rules, they're not rules. Not gonna follow them. But they're like common sense to everybody else.
But it's not only their common sense rules, but they're not against the law. So because it's not against the law, nothing he's doing is illegal.
Just everything else that he was doing.
Yeah, the other stuff he's doing was very illegal. But like nothing that he did was illegal, so he could continue to do it again and again and again and again, and nothing could stop him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he talked about doing another,
Well,
like basically Bishop Sycamore, but he got in trouble.
it was a
again.
matter of fact of like, was there a rule for that? We don't follow that. And it was like in the fine print of the contract that they signed, you follow these rules. And it was like you're just blatant. Either you're just not caring, or you're not paying attention to the contract you signed, or what is. It just blew my mind how like oblivious to everything in the world that he was, and how nobody knew about it, and how there's probably other schools out there that are just like that.
The crazy thing is, if it wasn't for that IMG Academy game, nobody would have ever known and said anything.
Oh,
But
they played. I didn't know this until I watched this documentary. They played a game on Friday and then played IMG on Sunday.
Yeah.
I remember
I
them
didn't know
talking
that.
about that on the broadcast.
That had to be the wildest thing to me.
But like, you got to watch the documentary.
Yeah,
It's an absolute dumpster fire. Like, and you
So
start to
crazy.
feel really bad for the kids. Like, really, really bad for the kids.
I need to watch Manziel.
I haven't watched
good
that one
too.
yet.
I watched the first
Watched them
2
all.
episodes of Swamp Kings, but
I heard
Not
it's
great.
absolutely
Well, after-
stupid.
episode 1's pretty good.
It's
But
just a hype piece.
after I heard that Urban Meyer was producer of it, I'm like, no, I'm out.
I watched the whole
They're not
thing.
gonna show anything.
Yeah, like they talk about what's his name. God, I just saw it. Another podcast talked about it, about how, what is his name?
Aaron Hernandez,
No, it's the other player, and they said they completely
Riley
skipped.
Cooper?
Huh?
Riley Cooper.
No,
Cam
they skip-
Newton,
No.
Mike Pouncey, Marquise Pouncey, Major Wright,
No.
Ahmad Black,
I can't remember what the guy's name is.
What
I'll,
position?
Chris Rainey. Jeff-
Rainey. It was Rainey,
Rainey.
and they said all they talked about was the fact that he went to Urban Meyer's house and ate spaghetti. Like, that's all they talked about.
There were so many players they didn't talk about. They didn't talk about Aaron Hernandez. They didn't talk about
They
Percy
said they
Harvin.
talked about the Aaron Hernandez for the very end of it. They kind of just brought it up
Yeah.
briefly.
The
gonna be
Pouncey
nothing.
twins, Riley Cooper. They didn't talk
Chris
about.
Lake.
They barely talked about Chris Leak. But he was at the beginning of the doc,
Yeah.
so that's probably why.
No, I haven't watched it.
I figured it was gonna be mainly for Tebow, but I thought it was gonna be like the Tebow like brought all these criminals together to bring them to a national title. It was just like Tebow.
No, they made
Tebow,
like
Tebow.
Urban Meyer's the one that did
Yeah.
everything. It's all him and
Yeah, I think it's just like a complete puff
It wasn't that
piece, and
great,
like
first
When-
episode I thought was actually really good.
yeah.
when I heard they weren't gonna talk about the criminal activity and stuff, I was like, well, that's
The best part of it is when they announced that like Urban Meyer used to on Fridays and Saturdays he used to do weightlifting at midnight. From midnight to 2:15 was weightlifting. So people would go out partying and go to clubs. And like all these guys are like, man, we want to go out to clubs and like go, find girls and hang out and drink. And then it pans at Tebow and Tebow's just like, man, that was awesome. Just to go lift
Yeah.
at midnight to
Man,
2:15 every day.
it
Or
didn't
Friday,
stop
Saturday.
anybody at that
lived in,
school.
like, two places:
Yeah.
the field or the gym or the weight room.
He said he was out lifting like, as a true freshman, he's already out lifting like most of the guys already in the locker room. He's just,
I mean, he's
he
huge.
wouldn't stop, he wouldn't give up. I liked him too.
His high school team was so bad too.
Yeah, remember
Yeah,
that one
Hoover,
show? They
Hoover,
played-
Alabama beat them.
Yeah, remember that one show called Hoover?
Hoover High, yeah.
Yeah,
They
had
had-
a show
they
on
had-
TV.
Yeah, they had like a news clipping of Tebow on their locker, and they're like,
Yeah.
"We play Tim Tebow next. He's the #1 player in the country."
What was his school? Nice or
Nice. Yeah, so they
Nice.
were like they won maybe like 4 games in the first 6 years or for 6 years, and then he comes and they make the title game, and then they make the title game again.
Mhm.
So they were very bad. His freshman and sophomore year, terrible. And then he becomes
What's
a starting
crazy
quarterback.
is that he was gonna go to Alabama.
Yeah, Florida wasn't on his radar until the last
Very
minute.
last. And then I was telling Nate this. I was like, how crazy is this? If he would have went to Alabama, that would have saved Mike Shula.
Mike Shula. Yeah,
Don Shula?
Mike Shula.
Mike
Yeah.
Shula's job. No Nick Saban.
Mm-hmm.
Urban Meyer would have been fired from Florida more than likely.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy.
That's wild to think
Tim
about.
Tebow.
Tebow.
That's
He's
wild.
responsible for Alabama success.
Pretty much.
So people should be mad about Tim Tebow, not Nick Saban.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else?
Any more week 0 takeaways?
No.
Not really. Nothing to talk about these
Yeah,
games.
I'm just happy week 0's over, really. Just get real football going now.
Real football.
Well, real football starts Saturday.
There's
not-
better
not
games on
Thursday.
Thursday night than there was on this last weekend.
Oh, we're going to have to get our picks in early. UConn's Thursday night game.
Ooh. You
So
can
we
do
can-
that one.
Our,
That's 6:30.
So our thing could be ruined by Friday.
Oh. Oh man.
Our thing could be ruined on Thursday night.
What time's that game?
6:30.
So we'll know.
I like this even better now. Is he staying on Thursday coming to UConn?
Yeah, but could you imagine though if we win?
It's
that
not
first
like they're
one?
going very
Cash out.
far.
Cash out.
Oh, yeah, well, we might take that option. If it's
Cash
double,
out.
if it's $10, we're cashing out.
No, we're riding it.
We're riding it, dude.
No, then we double up.
Dude,
What's the next game?
It's not about the double up. Probably Friday.
Who plays Friday?
Nope, nobody.
Oh,
Never
I
mind.
almost picked the Miami Ohio game.
Yeah, then the rest are Saturday, I think.
What's the first one though?
Go up.
Anybody?
Nope,
No,
nothing.
Nobody yet.
I think mine then. ODU Virginia Tech is at 2:30, I believe.
Boise State 2:30.
Okay. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, maybe
Guys,
not.
we have the late games,
Jeez,
guys.
maybe they are late.
Mine's
If we win
6:30
those
now.
first 2 games, we're not gonna know until like 10 o'clock.
Keep going,
On
Tony.
Mine's 6:30.
Keep going, Tony.
When is your game, Isaac?
I thought it was at 2:30.
Wyoming's at 5:30.
6:30.
6:30.
Oh, there it is, 7 o'clock.
Jeez,
Boy.
you have the late at Virginia Tech.
Oh,
mine's
Dun,
nine.
dun,
Mine's
dun,
9:30.
9:30? Oh, if we're sweating until 1 a.m.
oh no.
Oh, boy.
You're doing Old Dominion at Virginia Tech at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I
So
did
what?
Coastal Carolina at UCLA at 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, what's worse?
Yeah, but nobody shows up to UCLA games.
It's travel for Coastal though.
Yeah, but it's good travel. They're going west.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't believe in that
Is
malarkey.
there such thing as good travel?
Yeah.
I guess they did lose at Old Dominion last year.
I don't know. I think everything that one. I was gonna happen twice.
Virginia Tech is so bad. They're very, very bad.
What?
Oh man, I don't know.
It's not gonna matter. My game's
Oh.
Oh really? They're all probably like that.
Yeah, go to all of ours.
Go to all of
so,
them.
So
His
hold on, hold on.
Write his down. Let's
Virginia
compare.
Tech.
85%. 85.4.
Mine's
No, don't
that
press
bad
week three.
too.
Scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, that one. UConn is probably the same. Ooh, 84.9.
Oh, so that's a good bet for Nick
That's
so
lower. Yeah. That's a good bet.
84% for UConn. Okay, who you go next? Boise.
Boise should be. Yep, right there. No, that one's gonna be worse.
Ooh.
What? 74.6.
Oh, what? They play Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't. What?
I don't
It's
know.
not a
You
good
didn't
pick.
know that?
Go to
Yeah,
Wyoming,
that-
Texas Tech, 6:30.
That one's probably worse than mine, right?
No,
Wyoming, Texas Tech. It's got to be worse than mine, right?
I don't like Brian's pick now.
Right there.
Nobody liked it.
Yep.
I don't even know why Brian liked it. Wow.
Ooh.
81.
82.
Mine might be the worst. You think
Coastal.
Coastal?
I think Coastal and
I don't think so. Because you got what's his face at quarterback still.
yeah, but I think it was like 84%
How
when I
can
looked
mine
at
be
it last.
so bad?
84.7.
Oh yes, I win. I didn't get last, just by 0.3. It's close.
How am I don't. Washington's gonna kick the shit out of Boise State.
They're missing a few players, I think.
No, they're not.
I think that might be our highest odd game.
I think that's our best chance of winning one, honestly.
Boise State, Washington.
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
What? Which one do you think is?
Wyoming.
Well, we just looked at the matchup predictors, and the Boise State was our best odd.
I think Wyoming, Texas Tech will be alright.
That's a good one. That's who picked that one?
Wyoming, Texas Tech.
Texas Tech at Wyoming.
Trap game. They play Oregon next week.
Nate and I only picked the ones that were home games. You guys open
We're writing 3 on the road?
Wait, what does that tell you?
What do you? How are we
You
gonna get a
picked
better
the
one?
underdogs that were underdogs at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
so
the
if ours were
probability?
at home, they wouldn't even. We couldn't even play them because they would be out of the odds.
I wouldn't call UCLA home.
No.
There's nobody that goes to those games.
NC State, Connecticut, minus 14.5.
What about
You
You
might have more.
Hey,
coastal
what about
fans, though.
UMass? You're a big UMass
Actually,
guy.
I
What
think
about
that
UMass
UConn
guy.
game
Yeah.
might be might be our best
Go to
odd.
the UMass
bet.
Auburn
Yeah,
one. That could be a trap game for sure.
Go up. It's all the way top page, right there.
Hugh Freeze doesn't care about those games. Oh,
They just have a video. They're ready to go. Oh, there you go. Right there. Perfect.
Oh my.
Let's do it.
93.5%.
Yeah, but look at UMass already has like
Look at the
momentum.
quarterback. Foma.
He ran the ball
Tyson
17.
Fomachan.
He ran the ball 17 times.
It is 35.
Do you see their leading receiver?
Yeah,
He had
what-
192 yards rushing and 192 yards passing and 96 yards rushing.
Let's do it.
That's not good.
Let it ride.
I don't like this Auburn pick either.
What do you mean? What's the spread?
There's
30.
not very many options at 13.5 though.
Not for this week because you're playing a lot of like.
Oh, it's 35.
I just said 35.
I didn't hear you, man. It's gonna be 85, 84.
I don't even know who I would change.
I bet if you pick that game,
What about
our
San Jose State
total
versus
goes
Oregon State?
way up.
I like that one.
16.5.
Which one? Stanford what?
No,
San
San
Jose
Jose,
State, Oregon
Oregon
State.
State. See
Hey,
what the
that
predictors-
Clemson one's moving. It's at 13.
Oh, wow.
I just needed to move a half.
12 and a half right now, or it was here last night.
It's 13 now.
What's it on Caesars?
I don't know. I don't have Caesars.
We can check on here though, because it's all powered by Caesars.
Oh boy. If that gets to
Right
13
there.
and a half,
Or
I
no,
might pick it.
Can you click on San Jose State?
That's what I was originally.
Oh wait, no,
gonna
no, no. I don't want to pick it. Never mind. I like Clemson in that game. Never mind.
pick. You do.
And then Oregon
Yeah,
State.
I
I don't
like
know how
Clemson.
you're gonna do that. Oh, there he is.
It worked. I mean,
Better.
San Jose State has all the momentum. They're the
And it's
only
a
ones with
home
stats.
game.
Yeah, and home game.
I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. Their defense is pretty
San
solid,
Jose
and
State wasn't
they got DJ now.
Spartans pound Beavers.
Go to
Spartans,
what
Pound
game was that we
Beavers.
just talking about?
What about Central Michigan and Michigan State?
What game we just talking about?
Duke, Clemson?
Yes. Check the predictor for that one. And the line.
Gonna have to go all the way down. Go all the way down.
Monday.
All the way down.
Oh, we're gonna have to sweat out till Monday.
We're gonna have to sweat out till Sunday morning for Coastal Carolina UCLA.
Ooh, 13.
What's the line for this game?
13.
Oof, it has gone up. It's
You
gone
can
up.
do
since-
it.
It's gone, no, 13 and a half. It's
I
gone.
thought you said 13.
Originally I did, but Brian changed it.
So go up to the meter. I think it's like
I still feel confident in my pick.
86.
There's also not many picks out there.
That's tough.
We can just ride with the ones we have.
I like the ones that we have,
We should, because those are the best bets.
especially if you guys actually get yours and my game's the last game at 9:30 at night.
Oh, if my game wins, it's probably not gonna get overtime. But we're driving as fast as we can to the casino to cash out.
Yeah.
We're not even trusting that.
If we're 3-0.
4-0.
4-0. For 4-0.
Yeah.
Waiting on Tony's. Cash out.
Can you cash out? Say
Yes.
at halftime UCLA's
No.
losing. Could you cash out?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can. Yeah, you
So
can.
we wait till halftime to see what it is
Oh,
and cash out,
well,
or first quarter.
Well, that could be a drastic number change
we
there.
would have to wait until
First
the end of
quarter.
my game to cash out, because it probably wouldn't.
Which will go into the UCLA game probably.
Yeah, so we would have. To
What
wait.
are you just doubling up if you cash out?
Depends.
It depends on what kind of payout they give you. They're gonna give you a nice payout to pull out before they have to give you the
Basically
big
deal or
cash.
no
It'd be more than $5.
So if it's 34,
Yeah, but you're gonna drive
to the Lincoln
45
Casino?
miles
No, the
for
Lincoln
$5.
Casino.
Oh,
Casino.
Lincoln Casino. Okay.
They'll
Yeah.
be like, thank God. All we have in the back is what you guys want.
Yeah, whatever you guys gave us earlier.
Especially if Coastal Carolina ends up winning that, they're gonna be like, "Thank God these idiots cashed out."
Yeah.
They probably
We almost
give
had to
us-
close the
they'd
casino.
Probably, they'd probably give us like a 22K cash out. I bet if we won 4-0.
I don't really want to think about it because it gets me all like, yeah.
I
But
know
then
it's not.
we're
gonna
gonna
happen.
lose. We're gonna lose game 1.
Yeah, good game 1. What if we did lose game 1 and then we'll win the rest of them?
My bad.
That might be worse than my game, Ohio
We should probably
losing.
just rebet
Yeah,
if we lose the
Nick,
first
if
one.
you lose, pick another one and we'll rebet it. Well, no, yeah, we could do that.
But the dollars carry over from ours, right? Because they didn't lose.
Yeah, Nick would have to front.
Yeah, Nick would have to front the
Nick would
rest.
front the rest.
Whoever loses pays for the next parlay. Whoever pick loses.
That's
Oh,
funny.
that would be fun.
You should
They
check-
split it. So
You should
whoever,
check the
whoever
Yukon
loses
weather.
splits it. So like Nate, who lost it? Nate,
Nate
and who?
and Tony.
Tony
So
lost
they
it
should
first.
split the
Yukon.
What city is Yukon in?
Connecticut.
That's a state.
Just go to Yukon.
What's the capital of Connecticut?
Haven or no? What is the capital?
Right there.
I
Click on
don't
it.
know.
Go down and see the weather.
Oh golly, Hartford, East Hartford,
East Hartford.
71 and
How's
sunny.
it
Perfect football weather. 71 and sunny.
14 and a
doesn't
half.
scream-
I like that.
That doesn't scream good for Connecticut.
Oh, the solid 40,000 at home.
They're gonna have 40,000
You know what the downside
plus.
is, Nick? Tim Beck is no longer the OC at NC State. He's now at Coastal,
Yeah,
so that hurts us.
No, well, it sucks that we have we
I just
dipped
wanna-
into two Tim Beck teams here.
I just want to check to see like what the weather looks like for all our teams.
Probably gonna
71
be a lot better than-
clear. That would be beautiful to be at that game. I might
Should
fly
we
out.
go?
Kinda cool.
I might go.
No, on Thursday.
Wyoming's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be hot and just miserable.
Wyoming?
UCLA is gonna be beautiful.
74,
Oh, so far
perfect
I
weather.
win so far.
No, 74 is perfect.
71's
71 's still a
better.
little chilly.
71's
Still a little
much
chilly.
better.
It's sweater weather.
Yep, a little breeze. It's gonna be a
Wyoming,
little chill.
Wyoming at night might be pretty chilly.
Wyoming's
It's
gonna
gonna be during the day
yeah,
though.
No, it's 6:30
Oh,
game.
yeah, it's still daytime.
Oh wait, 2:30. Where's
Boise
Brian's?
State, Washington. Up,
Oof.
up.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there
There
we
it's
go.
rain.
I'm gonna guess
If you-
68.
So that's
Wow.
funny that you say that, Nate, because I was playing with Washington in NCAA 13.
Yeah, it wasn't
And
raining.
every game in practice, it was raining.
Getting
It's
you
like,
ready.
what the?
Wyoming's gonna be hot.
No, it's gonna be cooler.
It's gonna be 75.
And rainy.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Oh,
trouble for the Red Raiders.
boy.
got my picks looking better and better.
21.
with 29,181 fans.
I wonder what the drive is.
29,000.
to Laramie. Not far.
What's Isaac's pick?
Go up a little
Lubbock
bit.
to Laramie.
Go up, or down. Sorry, it's Old Dominion, Virginia Tech. Dong.
It's gonna be like 73.
Oh, go up. There you go.
73.
71.
I was gonna say 71.
10 hours, 26 minutes.
Yeah, it's not a long time.
At Blacksburg,
Yeah, it kind
though.
of scares me.
Oh,
They're
gorgeous.
so bad. They're so bad.
But Inner Sandman, first game of the season.
Yeah, they're so bad still. They're so
Oh,
bad.
dude, they're
so
gonna be
bad, guys.
hype.
Come on, guys. They're so bad. They're so bad. They're real bad. Come on.
How bad are they, though?
They're bad. They're bad. They're really bad.
I don't know if I
Just roll
believe
with
you.
it.
7 hours if we want to go see Wyoming.
We've done
Laramie
that
is
trip. We've done that trip before.
Yeah, Laramie was awesome.
Yeah, do you remember driving there October? It was 95 degrees when we left at 2 o'clock in the morning in
Virginia
Lincoln.
Tech
Well, we got
lost
to
to
Laramie.
29 degrees in Laramie.
West
Laramie was
Virginia at home last
freezing,
year.
and then we drove to
That's
Boise
true.
next, and Boise was so hot.
Like 105
Yeah,
in Boise.
Tech lost to
West Virginia at home last year.
at Virginia Tech.
No, yes, at Virginia
But
Tech.
it was the first game of the season.
No,
It's a
it was the
rivalry
fourth game of the
Hey,
season.
What
Ri-
did Virginia
rivalry
Tech
game.
do in the first game of the season?
they lost to Old Dominion. At Old Dominion,
Score.
20-17.
Oof, I like that.
I don't like
And
that.
who is? Who's?
What they do in their first
Virginia-
home? What they do in their first home game of the
They
year?
beat Boston College by 17.
Woo! I don't like that.
Listen, they returned 3 people from a terrible offense.
Oh man, they lit up the scoreboard against Boston College. So
Who's starting for Old Dominion? Colton Joseph.
No, Grant Wilson, transfer from Fordham. He lit up Nebraska, so
That doesn't say anything.
yeah, it does.
Go to Grant Wilson.
Oh boy.
oh, does he have spiked hair?
No,
Go back up. Does he
He
have
didn't.
spiked
I don't
hair?
think he played
Okay.
against Nebraska. I don't think he was the quarterback.
Well, he's only thrown for 90.
I mean, I like that completion
yards.
percent. If he throws 4 passes and scores 2
His
touchdowns,
longest
that's
pass is
winning.
19 yards.
He's winning the game for them if
he
he
got
does that.
sacked 3
Hey,
times.
Look at
last
that. No
year.
turnovers.
Yes, 4
Take care of the
passes, 2
ball.
touchdowns. If he does that,
No
they're winning.
turnovers.
They're winning.
Also,
Yes.
no touchdowns.
They're winning.
So
2022.
wait,
Look at
hold on.
2022.
So
Come
he has
on.
5 pass attempts.
Yes.
He was sacked 3 times in those 5 attempts and 2 touchdowns. So he
He's
either
hit or
threw,
miss.
he
He's hit
either
or
threw a
miss.
touchdown or he was
Wait, does the
sacked.
sack count as a pass attempt?
No.
No.
Oh, yeah,
rushing
no,
attempt.
So an 8
Yeah, yeah.
potential pass.
Oh God.
That's not good.
Yeah, it is. 80% completion.
Look at his average rush, 3.1 yards. Come on.
That's not that great.
It's just
but-
he got
Come
sacked so
on.
many times.
He's got a 21-yard
Hey,
run.
I
The
feel
guy has
good about it.
wheels.
Wheels,
If there's
boy.
any pick that's winning, it's this one right here.
I think it's the Yukon one.
Winning is Isaac.
Are you guaranteeing this? is
No,
on?
I'm not.
this
Never guarantee that.
going in is a
Who's gonna be
guarantee.
the closest to a win?
Me, Wyoming.
I think it's me. I think it's Yukon.
I think it's Coastal.
See, I think it's Nate.
I don't think it's Nate at
So
all.
I
you
think
think
Nate's
it's,
is the
you think
furthest
it's
away.
me.
Why?
I
Because Texas Tech is good.
yeah, Texas Tech's a good
Wyoming-
team.
Washington- terrible.
Washington is 10th in the country.
Yeah, but it's Boise State.
Yeah, it's Boise State.
But
It's
Texas,
not old Boise State.
Texas Tech has to
Either
travel
Boise
up to
State.
Wyoming.
It's not like it's that far. It's like 14
But
hours.
they have
Ten
Oregon
hours.
the next week. That's a trap game.
I understand the trap
There's
game,
trap
but
games for everybody in this.
outside of Washington, Texas Tech is the best team of the teams we picked.
How much is this a trap game for Virginia Tech?
Who does Virginia Tech play?
Could be
now?
a very big trap.
It's
game.
a trap game.
Do they play West Virginia?
Who's Virginia play next week?
Hold
They play Purdue. That's a trap at home. Ooh, what game are the fans gonna get up for? Old Dominion or Purdue? Purdue.
Probably Old Dominion.
Nobody's
They
showing
beat
up.
last year.
Nobody's showing up for that game.
I bet sold out.
This is such a trap game.
I'm gonna look at all the trap games now. All right. We already know UConn's
Washington
winning.
has Tulsa next week, so that's not a trap
I
game.
already know UConn's winning that game.
Yeah, Washington's winning their game, so
There's Boise? Yeah, I know.
they have Tulsa. Not a trap.
That's a trap game.
No, it's not.
True, new coaching staff for Tulsa, so could mean anything.
UCLA.
They don't have anybody.
San Diego State. That's a trap game.
At San Diego State. Not a trap game.
Oh boy.
It's a trap game.
Coastal
does he-
Carolina still has Tim
Looks
back.
like he throws like really soft.
I mean, if you wanted a terrible quarterback for UCLA, I think Garbers is the one that we need.
Is he garbage?
Some might say he is garbage.
We'll see where Brian is after that.
Jacksonville State.
It's not a trap for Coastal.
So Texas Tech has the only good trap game.
I still think like
I
they are
don't know who
Texas
UConn
Tech's
has.
so much better than
Hey,
Wyoming.
who does UConn have? They might.
Not-
UConn might have like Georgia. next.
Alabama, or
No, it's not Alabama. It's
Oh,
Texas.
so Alabama doesn't have a trap game either.
Oh, what am I doing?
Where's their handcuffs?
Georgia State.
Oh, Georgia State.
Dang, might as well be Georgia.
Yeah, well, Georgia State is.
Wait,
Who's
who's
it?
the trap for NC State? Who do they play next week?
Wait, no, it's
No, that's you.
No. He's right. That's who we check.
Yeah,
we
you
check
check the
NC
game.
State.
You check the team that they're playing,
Yeah, that's
not
right.
the team
That's
that
right, that's
need to
right.
win. Notre Dame.
Oh,
That is a trap.
That is UConn's winning, baby.
Snap.
Go.
Snap.
UConn's winning that game.
So what we're liking everyone's but Isaac's.
Why?
So, he's frantically looking
Purdue.
Is
For-
he looking for a new team?
No. No, I feel more confident about that than Texas Tech and Wyoming.
I do. No, I don't. I'm even on them. I
All right,
really
I'm gonna
don't.
look up Wyoming and see how
Wyoming had
terrible
a
they
very
are.
Good,
They're
won
not
the bowl
good.
game last year.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
Wyoming's not
Oh,
good.
They should have beat
Absolutely.
Ohio in the bowl game last year.
Ohio.
What?
Ohio
Wait,
wasn't
is
good
that
last
good?
year.
Is that a good comparison?
Oh, Wyoming. It's gonna be like
I
4
mean,
pages
two
of
teams that
great
made a
stuff.
bowl game.
It's gonna be raining there
It's not.
in Wyoming.
Is it raining?
It
Yeah,
might turn to snow.
because
That's
the
what
Tech.
I'm hearing.
Yeah.
It's
snow
not. It's
before-
72
snow,
degrees,
snow.
my guy.
Yeah, but Nick's saying by the second half.
Wyoming returns 5 starters on offense, 9 on defense.
They're stacked.
So stacked.
They didn't finish out very well.
They lost to the worst
But
teams.
look at that. 20-17 against Boise, who's going to beat Washington.
Fresno State does not look good.
Does that say 30 passing yards?
They didn't score a single point against Fresno
That is
State.
30 passing yards.
That is 30 passing yards.
Because Presley was hurt.
Peasley,
Peasley.
who threw for 104 yards against
But then-
Fresno
then
and 76 against Hawaii.
Yeah,
and
but
100
lit it up against
186
Ohio
years old.
in overtime.
Damn
They
near-
lost in
Damn
overtime.
near 200 against Utah State.
What idiots.
Let's see what they did against
30
Oh, look against
against
Tulsa.
Illinois.
2 overtimes in
They
Tulsa.
played one real defense, and look how many he had. 30.
Did they not pass?
Hey,
They're gonna chew. Hey, they're gonna chew that clock against Texas Tech,
Oh, man.
keeping that
Dude,
air raid
this
off
is
the
what's really
field.
bad. They went into 2 overtimes against Tulsa. Highest rusher, 45
Oh.
yards.
He threw for 250.
Man, they're really all over the board.
Yeah,
with
he's
the-
not good.
they're like
No,
not
dude,
balanced at all.
Wyoming is bad, dude.
They're not balanced at all. But look at that win streak, though.
That's a good football team right there.
Game,
Look at that win streak right there.
4-game win streak. Dang.
They got beat Colorado State.
I'm actually-
Demolished.
They were like the worst team last.
Colorado State was 7-3. Look at that.
No, that's their record.
What was Colorado State? What was Colorado State?
Oh
What
god.
were they from last
Oh, gosh. They
year?
were.
Make a bowl team. Make a bowl.
Not-
They They won 3 games.
Yeah, but look at
Oh,
that stretch. Who can win
yikes.
that stretch?
Anybody not the worst team in the conference.
Their quarterback did throw for 250.
Hey, Wyoming did what they had to do. Beat the bad teams.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know.
By 1 point.
Look at Texas Tech's schedule.
Hold on. Texas Tech might. They're going to probably kill him.
They're gonna kill Wyoming,
Look
dude.
at Texas Tech's schedule.
Wyoming gives up so many passing yards.
Yeah, it's gonna rain. Look, look at their look at Sark is their page on Texas Tech. Their head's not even in the game. They're worried about Sark. Go to their last year's schedule.
Texas Tech's gonna kill them.
Look at their last year's schedule.
I'm just
Great.
glad if Nate's loot makes us lose before my game ever starts.
I'm not confident that one name, but you know what? You want to take it.
Look at their schedule from last year. They're not good
They finished on a 4-game win streak.
That's pretty good.
against nobodies.
They beat Oklahoma.
They beat
ranked
Kansas.
The only nobody that played that.
They
was
beat
Iowa
Ole Miss
State.
42 to 25.
Yeah, they smacked them.
Nate, your boy Tyler Shaw.
Shuck.
Tyler Shaw. Shaw.
Dang, he threw for 436 against Oklahoma.
Woof.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was a bad defense.
What's that Brent Venables D?
That's what.
Look at that, 14-10 against Iowa State. Gross.
Didn't they beat a pretty good Kansas team 43-28?
Yeah, they beat him sound.
And
And
they-
they smacked West Virginia. You know who didn't beat West Virginia last year? Virginia Tech.
Look at that. Look at that October 29th game though. At home, they were wearing.
They didn't even have Shuck. They had the fourth string
They played
quarterback.
all the quarterbacks that game. They played literally every
And
quarterback that game, and they all threw an interception against Baylor.
I remember watching that.
I kind of don't like the Wyoming pick now.
I love it even more after looking at this.
I would not love that more.
I would not either.
You might as well take East Carolina over Michigan.
Hey, can you scroll down a little bit, Tony? What's the week that we need to look at? Oh wait, they don't play Oklahoma State. Wasn't that the bet that Nate and I made?
No, who has more passing yards and more?
Oh.
No, it was more
sacks?
I
touchdowns.
thought we made a
What
bet of
touchdown?
Oklahoma State and.
No, you're saying the quarterbacks should both
Quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
I
records for
feel
Oklahoma
good.
State.
feel good
right?
then still.
You have it written down, I thought.
I do. It's in the book.
I thought you did too.
What was the Oklahoma State record?
All right.
there, too? You
Should we
know.
move on to picks for this week?
Yeah,
then?
because we wait. I mean, my pick's probably going to be the best,
I mean,
followed by Isaac's. I bet.
there's a very good chance that none of our picks win. So
Nate and Isaac have a bet that Ole Miss will have a better record than Oklahoma State. That's a $10 bet.
So I have Oklahoma State. He has Ole Miss.
That's one of them. You just
Ooh,
have
I
some.
don't remember like that.
This is
no, I
before
feel good about it. I just didn't know
This
that.
is before you saw Oklahoma State's schedule.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. They have a tough schedule.
So, looks like you're gonna be owing me like $20.
Well, there's a lot more money in it than that.
Is there?
If you don't pick Wyoming, we're about to make a lot more money, but
Yeah, I won't even care if we win.
he'll give you the $20, then some.
Yeah, you could have that.
Should we do our picks?
Yeah, we can.
Oof, it's so cold.
So
I mean, Ole Miss has kind of.
obviously Brian's not here to talk about his picks, although he made up everything for Isaac next week.
Nate and Isaac. Also, he had a $10 bet for Alan Bowman versus Tyler Shaw. Who has more passing touchdowns? Also, they have a $10 bet for Baylor versus Texas Tech.
Yeah,
Isaac
Baylor
took
versus Texas Tech.
Oof.
You guys have a $30 bet right now on 3
Yeah,
games.
$30.
And then Nate and I have a bet for Texas Baylor. One combo at Whataburger.
Nice.
Nice. Nate could come
They don't
out of
have
this
that
nice.
That just reminds me of
Nate could come out of this nice.
They don't have
the guy ahead of you said he's gonna pay for your order. Oh, that's cool.
50 cheeseburgers, 50 coffees.
55 cheeseburgers, 55 shakes, 55.
It's like, move, I'm doing something.
I'm not paying for this. You have to.
You have to.
All right.
That's
Trying
good.
to do a pay it forward chain.
She backs up.
22
55.
hamburgers.
No, and he's got to get out of there. That's freaking hilarious.
All
I
right.
love
This
it.
week's picks.
Yeah, this week's picks.
All right. You wanna?
All right, so we're going.
Put
It
ours on that so we
Yeah.
can see the TV.
do what?
Put, like-
minimize this screen so we. Can
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
yeah, I got you.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
God,
Hello.
Whoop.
Just
Hel-
like-
Oh, hello. Hello.
Hey.
I blend in with this shirt.
I know. It looks like I have
First-
something on top of my head.
Game number 1.
Looks like you do too.
Florida at number 14, Utah. 7 o'clock ESPN. 6.5 point favorites is Utah when we did this last night. So that line
Well, we
probably
did this
will.
last night. This line
change.
will for sure change in some sort of direction.
Close
next
game
5
last
days.
year. So, yeah, you can just go. Brian's always going to be first. So,
Yep.
who did Brian pick? Oh, Florida.
Brian's got Florida.
What's his explanation?
Go Gators.
Florida's the best
Go
team
Gators.
in
Just
SEC.
all just in Coach O's
Yeah.
voice.
Gators.
Go
Gators.
Go Gators.
Go
That's what Brian said.
Yeah. So you can. Isaac's next.
I picked the Utah Utes. For me, it doesn't matter if Kim Rising plays or not. Florida is atrocious. And that's the reason that I wanted to pick their unders for the year, because this would again been game number 1 that they lose. Give me the points in Utah. I don't know what their thing is, but I'll just say the Utes.
I think it's like this, isn't it? Just like Miami.
Well, that's easy.
Or is it like this now? Because
That's just like paper football.
what a great sport. No, this is paper football.
No, it's not. No, it is already.
What's this? Oh
This
my
is- this is
gosh.
like the
That's
high
a
school
huge
now.
goal. No
This
way.
is like JV high school.
Yeah.
No, it's ad.
Yeah, and then you go to Arena Football
Yeah.
League. Wow.
Well, funny thing is, it's my pick next.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
So-
embarrassing.
I've got Florida as well. A little bit more explanation. I think more so with the whole Cam Rising not playing. Florida needs wins this year.
Both teams need wins. I don't know. That's not a good explanation.
No. Yeah, but Utah doesn't need them as bad as Florida
Oh,
does.
okay.
And I think for that reason alone, they're going to cover that. So,
Nate?
Florida.
I too like Florida. Especially if Cam Rising is not
pick.
playing, they're down to their third string quarterback. So
You know what Florida's not ready for is for Jaquindon Jackson to take the snap and not only run the ball, but to pass ex-quarterback.
I think they're good on that. I think they're gonna shut them down. So
Florida?
I don't know.
Bad.
Florida to cover.
You're okay. Well, you have them. Okay, whatever. I got Utah. I'm with Isaac.
Gross.
It's a great pick.
I don't think it matters if Cam Rising plays or
Mhm.
not.
Great pick.
Florida. I mean, they won by 3 last year. Anthony Richardson
Had a
accounted
much
for
better
3
quarterback.
rushing touchdowns last year. They're not gonna have that this year.
That was a really good game.
Also, home game for Utah, first game of the season. People are gonna be.
I just
hyped
need
up.
to know, does nobody remember like Graham Mertz being a quarterback at Wisconsin?
New quarterback.
Okay.
Coach.
He was great week 1 of his freshman campaign, and after
Against
that,
Illinois.
he was very bad.
I can't wait till he lights Utah up
That would be very
for
shocking.
1 touchdown.
Utah's a very physical team, so I don't think.
I
That's
love
what I
that
would
you
expect.
didn't choose, you chose Dion for this.
First game at Colorado. Yeah, game number 2.
This
We
is gonna be
got
a great pick. It's gonna be
Colorado.
real easy.
Colorado at number 17 TCU. 11 a.m. on Fox. Colorado is a 21-point underdog. 59.5 is over under Dion's first game.
Money must have came in on Colorado because it was 28, wasn't it?
Yeah, starting out the year is that, yeah. You can go ahead and go to Brian's. Brian has TCU winning it.
This,
He said, "Go Frogs!"
go Frogs. This is gonna be a common theme in this one, I think.
Yeah.
Isaac.
Except for here. Let's go Buffs. 21 points. Too many points. Love the hype. Buffs get 1 win this year. It's this week.
Oh, you
Dang.
write that down.
I'm kidding. They're not gonna win.
No, you
Are
can't.
you
They're
sure?
covering the spread. They're covering the spread though.
Okay, Tony.
And for me, I've got TCU as well. There's no chance. I mean, if they do, I'd be blown away, but no chance.
I think
whatsoever.
the best chance for Colorado to cover a spread this year is the first game of the year before anybody gets injured. Because they have no depth.
I think it comes when the team starts to gel. It's going to take them a while to gel. If you watch their spring game, everybody's like, oh my God, Travis Hunter just blew up coverage. It was like they weren't even
I don't
covering
even know
him.
if they'll ever gel.
So we'll see. They got to build some
Nate, who you
uniformity.
got?
I have TCU. Gross. I just don't like Dion, so
How embarrassing they need to pick TCU.
I
I
know.
know, jeez.
That's a lot of points.
Thanks, Matt Davidson. I'm gonna go TCU here. I just don't think Colorado's ready right now until week 2 when they play a weaker opponent.
21
Dude,
points.
like
too many points.
Nick,
Their logo is like,
Yeah, don't.
like arthritic
is.
hand.
That's easy.
and
Yeah,
they with the right hand, go Frogs.
I got TCU as well.
It's like the hand of the,
I think it's gonna take for.
the guy scary movie.
Yeah.
Scary movie hand?
think
No, use my good hand.
Strong hand. Strong hand.
Go strong.
Yeah, grab my strong hand.
Mashed potatoes.
Oh,
It's like dibs.
Yeah, dibs.
licks.
Anyways, yes, I got TCU too. I know.
That's
The-
so gross.
Defending national runner-ups.
The defending
Yeah.
national
You
runner-up.
can't even see Big 12 champs.
They are, they're replacing a lot, but it's gonna take forever for those 100 transfers to all work
This
together.
game
for Colorado.
sets us apart this week. Sorry, fellas. Hate to do it to you.
I think they're gonna. I mean, it's gonna be more than 21, but
Wow.
Oh,
Game-
put that down, Tony. More
Put
than
that
21.
down, Tony. More than 21.
His Nick's not writing it. Because if it's not on paper, it didn't happen.
Game number 3. Number 21, North Carolina at South Carolina. 6:30 ABC. What?
Just go.
What?
I'll text it to you real quick. I just thought
Okay.
of you saying something for Brian.
What? In Brian's words. Say it in Brian's words.
Hold
You
on,
have to
hold
say it
on.
because you've been saying the NO.
All right.
Yeah. Hold on. North Carolina 2.5 point favorite. 64 is the over under. Start Brian.
As our friend Brian would say, go Cox.
Why is
Those
that
were his
so
exact
funny?
words.
Why is that so funny?
It's not.
You guys are clowns.
They're Gamecocks.
All right.
Guys
My
are
pick.
clowns.
In the words of our friend Brian, go Cox.
I think it's cocks all around.
You heard it here first. Cox all around.
All right,
What do I
so
have? Or Tony, who do you have?
it's my turn. I too have South Carolina. Oh,
You know what they say, Tony.
What do you have?
Nate.
What would our friend Brian say? Go Cox.
We have no insight on this game. This is game day.
This college
This-
game day.
How did they pick this as game day? Nick. Oh, we all did South
we always
Carolina.
South
We're all
Carolina.
just Cox
We're all
fans
on the
around there.
Cox.
Cox everywhere.
I don't know. This is gonna be. It's probably a good game.
I've
gonna be a
never
high
seen a
score
number
game.
2 overall pick be such an underdog in picks.
Especially
man.
the Spencer Rattler is the corner on the opposite side.
Oh.
It's gonna be whoever returns the ball over more will lose the game. So, Yep.
I agree.
game 4
Great.
This should have been game day. Why isn't this game day?
because it's a Sunday night game.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday night. This is the Isaac versus Nate game. Number 5 LSU at not at number 8 Florida State's played in Orlando, I think.
It's in Orlando.
6:30 ABC. LSU's a 2.5 point favorite. Over unders is 58.5.
Way more.
Brian,
How is this an Isaac versus a Nate game?
because you guys hate or you like Florida State, he hates Florida State.
Oh. He hated both teams, actually.
Brian
Brian
took
picked Florida State.
Great pick, Brian.
What do you say?
Isaac.
Go Knowles.
No.
Go
Took the Knowles as well.
Go Knowles. Why? Just think about all the returning talent they have. Plus the best transfer class. Man.
Doesn't mean everything.
I mean,
And
true.
and
They're missing one component, Jeff Sims. And guess where he's at? Nebraska. They can't have him.
Yikes.
Go Knowles.
What does Jeff Sims have to do?
What?
What does Jeff Sims have to do with that?
Because they get the best transfers, but Jeff Sims.
That's the only missing component they have. They needed.
They didn't get
What?
Jeff Sims.
No, they did.
Nobody wanted him.
They did. They wanted him.
Everybody
They
wanted
needed
him. We got him.
They needed him. That's what
Over
I'm saying.
Jordan Travis?
I'm just saying they needed him.
This is what he's been reading.
Jordan Travis is by far the best quarterback.
All
Oh.
right.
Tony, go ahead.
I took LSU. My Heisman finalist
And Final
Winner.
Four, right?
is going to lead them to
You
a
have them in the Final
victory.
Four too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
But you also have Florida State in the Final Four, don't you?
Yes.
This game
Yes, I
means
do.
nothing then for
This
the
game
Wolves.
means
You actually
nothing
have
for them.
Florida State going to the national championship, I believe, too.
No, I don't.
Yeah, against Texas, I thought.
Yeah.
Was it Florida State?
Yeah.
Yeah, versus Texas, and Texas won.
You sure it wasn't LSU?
I'm pretty sure. It's
I don't know. I was just making stuff up. So, Nate, who do you have?
I agree with you. LSU by a landslide.
I got Florida State. Basically everything Isaac was saying. I like Mark Norvell too. I think he's a better coach than Brian Kelly.
What?
I don't like Brian Kelly. I hate.
Just because you
Brian
don't
Kelly.
like him doesn't mean he's a worse head coach. Than
That's what you base off all your picks on. You hate TCU and you hate Dion. You picked TCU because you hate Dion.
Dion's not a good coach
How do you know that?
We don't know.
because he's not. He's the guy that just has the nerds do everything and then he takes credit. That's Deion Sanders.
That's a good head coach.
Let's call a CEO as a head coach.
he doesn't do anything.
That's what you need.
Then he
Florida
shouldn't
State.
he shouldn't get coach of the year.
Game number 5, number 9 Clemson at Duke, 7 o'clock ESPN. Clemson's at 12.5-point favorites. Over under is 56. That line did just move today, so it's actually at 13, but we're gonna do it as 12.5. Brian's pick was Clemson,
Now you can say it.
Go Tigers.
and Isaac.
Go Tigers.
Nate.
No, it's Tony.
Oh, Tony, sorry.
Go
Tigers.
Clemson. Go Tigers. Yeah, I too have Clemson.
Nate.
Go Tigers.
Isaac's just our soundbite machine.
Yeah. All right.
Nick.
Oh.
I got Duke.
That's pretty faded.
Yeah, I think Duke's gonna cover
Kinda
this.
cool, actually. If it would pop a little bit more.
I know.
That black.
I think Duke's gonna cover this 12.5. Keep it competitive. Yeah, it's a Monday night game too. So
Monday Night Football.
It's
a Monday Night Football.
You
Game
pick
number
Dion
6.
in his cowboy hat, and you pick Matt Rule.
Great.
Just chilling
it's
like
because
that.
they're
Hey.
first year head coaches. Or yeah, well yeah.
Yeah.
Nebraska at Minnesota 7 o'clock.
Thursday.
Fox. What are they playing on?
Fox.
Fox.
Fox. I
Big
crossed
Thursday
out.
kick.
Minus 7.5 for Minnesota. 43.5 is the over unders. Go Brian. We'll run through our picks and then have you two talk. Brian's first. Brian. Nebraska. Yeah, nothing.
Go Big Red.
Righto.
Sorry. Go Big Red.
Isaac.
Go Big Red.
Tony.
Go Big Red.
Nate.
I can't. I'm not saying it.
Okay. Why?
Because it's against Nebraska.
It's okay. I like Minnesota. I wouldn't be surprised if Nebraska won the game. I'm just saying. I think Minnesota will pull away in the end. I think it'll be a close game.
But you have them covering the 7.
I think they'll win by 10.
If this is a close game, you should be Nebraska.
No,
Oh, okay.
they're gonna cover. Minnesota's gonna cover.
Oh.
7.5 is 10.
So 8.
A 10-point win is still a close game
It's a blowout
for Nebraska.
I think it depends on how that 10 points is.
It's a
10
blowout for
nothing.
Minnesota.
Yeah, close game.
Okay. Minnesota
Goes
goes for 2 and wins by 8.
Okay.
There it goes.
So 8-0.
That would be
8-0 victory.
Why would they go for 2?
You know, it's weird. Why did Oregon go for 2 for so many years? You never know, man.
I don't know.
Because they didn't have a
PJ
kicker.
Fleck likes to cover the spread.
PJ Fleck likes to spread, man.
I got Minnesota. Just
Throw the
I don't know,
ball.
probably more experienced team here. I'm not sure what Nebraska has under first year coach Matt Rule.
You know what they have. You know.
I don't. That's why I'll let you guys talk about it.
You know.
PJ Fleck, the Tony look-alike.
You should have done a
Which
picture
one?
of
PJ Fleck 1.0 or PJ Fleck?
You should have put
2.0?
my picture up
I
there,
know.
like it was PJ Fleck.
Did you see that? When the picture I have of Tony. I don't know. Yeah, you
Oh,
know
the
it
one
here.
from
I'll show you
Greece?
after. Yeah. But I got Minnesota. I used to get home too. Thursday night kick. Yeah. So I'll let you guys dive in to talk about it. Floor's yours.
Tony, you got anything to say?
No, I'm excited to see the first game. It's like when you see, I'm a little concerned with the running back because it seems like Gabe Irvin starts every year that he's been there, and then somehow like he gets hurt by the second or third game of the year. But I think the defense is gelling well. I'm excited to see the 3-3-5, see how it works. A little nervous as well, but you know, I'm just excited for the season to start more so than like than me getting hyped up in whether or not we win or not. Like, yeah, obviously I want to win, but like I'm not like sitting there trying to count the wins and losses already and like get ahead of myself. It's just I'm just excited for them to actually start the season. I don't really got a lot about the players and stuff.
You hope it's competitive, right?
Couldn't agree
Yeah,
more.
I mean, from
Well,
a
big
wide
competitive.
receiver standpoint, I'm interested to see how everything gels together on the offense. I think our offensive line will be way better, although that clip from the video they put out kind of concerns me, where the defense bumped into Jeff Sims, and then he threw the defense off the field for hitting the quarterback, and then they yelled, "Why don't you tell the offense to block?" And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Who yelled that?
Love the fire.
Yeah,
Who yelled that?
the defense. So is this whole video they do like the behind the scenes of the day to day,
Yeah.
whatever. And so the defense, Matt Rule wasn't happy, so he kicked him off. He said, "Go to the locker room. I'm done with the first team. Give me the second team defense."
Really?
Yep. And so like they all got off the field. He's like, "Hey, he's just testing us. Let's go back out there and show him how hard." Literally the next play, they ran and bumped into Jeff Sims, and he freaked out that like he was going for his legs, which he didn't go for his legs, and he kicked him off the field again. They're like, "Why don't you tell the offense to block?" Blah blah blah. I was like, "Uh-oh."
So already just yapping at each other.
Love it.
I mean, they're not
Love the fire.
fighting and being told to if one fights, everybody fights.
It's just showing that Matt Rule's actually coaching the team though too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott
But-
Frost wouldn't have been there for that.
No.
He'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go golf."
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be exciting to see.
Scott Frost would have got upset and he would have left.
You know what?
I'm sick of this. I'm going golfing.
I'm sick of this. I got a tea time in about 15 minutes.
I saw a comment on a Facebook page today, and it was like, Firethorn had to let go of some extra employees because Scott Frost got fired, so they couldn't keep the people on that were taking care of him.
Really? Is that like real?
Probably wasn't real, but it's just funny. Probably was real. No, because they can. Yeah, I would say I'm excited for the season to start as well. I knew what was going to happen last year. I would say there was a lot of people that thought Scott Frost could turn it around for some reason, which made no sense to me, because literally history shows.
What's
you
your
don't win
guys'
forces-
ceiling?
For the season,
Yeah.
wins wise,
Yeah.
I would say 9 is a ceiling.
What's
I was
your-
gonna say 8 for
what's
me.
your
Floor, I would say, I would say floor is probably 3 wins, which is probably a wide range. But I mean, if you look at the schedule, it's kind of favorable, kind of not. I would just say there's a new energy around the whole program this year.
Which is a new coach kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure,
I mean, every year.
which is fine. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, so we have at Minnesota, which could be tough. Tony's got smaller face thing, so
Yeah.
I mean, we got a pretty favorable schedule. Tough game, Michigan at home. But I don't think there's many other games that are like, there's no possible way we could beat this team.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think the ceiling's 9.
Do you have a
floor's
score
3.
prediction for this game? Like what you?
Score prediction for the game. Wow. Well,
Clearly-
I have
clearly
them covering
under
the
7.5.
spread. I have
Yeah.
them covering the spread. I mean, I was 3-0 to start the season last year for the spreads. I mean, for Nebraska, I picked Northwestern beat
What
us
do you
last year.
what do you to start this year? Oh, with our group.
Yeah, for picks last year for Nebraska, I was 3-0.
Oh, okay, for
Because I
Nebraska.
picked the Northwestern
And
spread.
Georgia
I picked
Southern.
I picked North Dakota, and then I picked Georgia Southern also.
Yeah. Like maybe
I don't
a
know.
field goal kind of game.
I think it's very possible. Minnesota's always a good team, so it's kind of a crappy game to start the season with, in my opinion, honestly. I'd much rather play them late in the year, but it'll be a good barometer.
Why is Nebraska starting so many conference games?
It's
It's
just,
just
like
a
what
new thing that they did because everybody's the
Like
Big Ten's doing
Big
it.
Ten is doing it.
Ohio State and Indiana.
I hate that.
Yeah, I mean Nebraska hasn't won one, so it kind of sucks.
That does suck. Yes. So, what you think it could be a field goal kind of game?
Yeah, I mean Minnesota's breaking in a bunch of new guys. Nebraska's breaking in guys together. I could see like 24-21 probably. I could for sure see that. I mean Minnesota's not a team that's like we gotta blow them out. They're not that. They're just looking to win a game.
they're
So-
projected to have a pretty good year too, right?
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of different things. Some people think they will. Some people think they won't. I think they have a pretty brutal schedule.
I thought I kept seeing like 8 to 9 wins.
So they have Nebraska, they have Eastern Michigan, then they have at North Carolina, at Northwestern,
What a weird
win.
game.
Louisiana at home, Michigan at home, at Iowa, Michigan State at home, Illinois, at Purdue, at Ohio State, and then Wisconsin to finish the year.
That's not a good schedule.
It's not.
No, that's
They
why
got some
even
pretty-
8 wins, I feel like that's high for
I
them.
feel like that's
Like
high.
that
Yeah.
to me,
I
like
feel like
8.
they'll get like almost 7. Like
Yeah.
that's lucky.
So I think the tough part is
If they
like
win the
replacing
games,
Mo
they're supposed
Ibrahim.
to
They
win.
have to replace Mo. Tanner Morgan, but their backup did
He
get a
get
lot of
drafted.
Mo Abraham.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
He dropped a lot.
he was good though.
He was good.
He has like
got hurt.
he has a ton of miles on his legs.
Yeah, they
There's
were
no way
talking
you
about
could
if he
draft
would
him.
have left instead of coming back for one more year. I just saw that actually, something about him and like how now he's lucky to make a roster.
I'll never discount what Minnesota does. They just try to pound it down your throat, and then they'll do a play action pass or something like that.
Kind of like the old Wisconsin.
Yeah,
You know.
they're not looking to blow you out. They're just looking to win the game.
Tony, you have a score prediction? Or how you see this game play out?
I think it just depends. Like again, like you said, it's going to be a prototypical Minnesota. They're going to pound it. They're going to pound it, especially to get their comfortable comfortable quarterback, their quarterback comfortable back there. I think it's going to go over the 43.5 points, like by quite a bit, because I feel like Matt Rule is going to try and let loose and like get that run and use the speed on the outside that we have. And, he's going to use the fullback, I think. He's going to use, key players. But, I would say close to what Isaac said. Maybe like 28, 27 to 21, maybe only 18 for Minnesota.
Yeah, because Isaac's 24-21 will still hit the overs there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that doesn't seem like a high-scoring game. So
No. It's not going to be like they're going to run up this.
Yeah.
It's not going to be big scores because, again, you got one team that doesn't run up the score and another team that's going to try to gel. You hope that
probably
they
like
have
7-10 at halftime or something.
I could easily see nobody scoring in the first quarter.
Yeah. But
see it
if they can get Jeff Sims going and, as far as just with his legs and then also with his arm later and stuff like that.
I think Billy Kemp is going to catch like over 100 passes this year.
Yeah, Billy Kemp's going to be
Very reliable receiver and not many other weapons around Jeff Sims.
See the tight end.
No, he's a slot guy from
slot.
Virginia.
But I think the difference with them is they're smart on offense. They're going to utilize, they're not going to put Ramir Johnson back to run between the tackles. They're going to put Ramir Johnson in positions to catch the ball and run because he's the fastest guy on the team. But we were always so short-handed at running back. You had Ramir Johnson running between the tackles and running, right up the gut. That dude's my size, not built for that. So
You go to the end of the slides. I think we have all of our
picks.
So there's Brian's picks.
Definitely
got
can see all of those.
Florida at +6.5, TCU at -21, South Carolina +2.5, Florida State +2.5, Clemson -12.5, and then Nebraska +7.5. Then Isaac's -6.5 for Utah, +21 for Colorado, +2.5 for South Carolina and Florida State, -12.5 for Clemson, +7.5 for Nebraska.
Three dogs.
Tony +6.5 for Florida, -21 for TCU, +2.5 for South Carolina, -2.5 for LSU, -12.5 or -12.5 for Clemson, +7.5 for Nebraska. Then hold on, go back one, and then go back again. No, sorry. So go right, and then go again. So Nate only has one different pick than Tony. This
Nebraska,
week.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Nate has the same picks as Tony, and then 7 Nebraska or Minnesota at -7.5.
your picks are way different.
And then I got
yeah.
Utah -6.5 at home against Florida, TCU -21, South Carolina and Florida State at +2.5, Duke at +12.5, and then Minnesota at -7.5. That should be it.
That South Carolina game could get us all.
That'd be nice.
South Carolina,
Well, it'll just be like the
you're the only one that took Duke, right?
yeah, Clemson, Duke. South Carolina won't do anything for
I was
us.
the only one to Colorado.
Yeah, but South Carolina will cancel all of us out.
True.
So we're almost at hour 15.
Nice.
So
Anything else? We want to talk about our super dog picks real quick. We didn't really talk about.
yeah, we can run through those super dog picks.
Tony, your super dog pick. Or I'll do mine. Mine is Old Dominion plus 17, but I'm taking the money line. So over versus Virginia Tech and
At
Blacksburg.
Virginia Tech, yeah. Tony, who you have?
I got Coastal Carolina. I forget what it was, 14 and a half
Yep.
Yeah, at UCLA.
at UCLA.
Brian's
Just
30
Brian's got Boise State money line against Washington. Nate,
Wyoming money line 14 over Texas Tech.
well, just money line. Spread don't matter.
Yeah,
Everyone set their spread.
I do. Yeah,
Oh.
I know.
And I got UConn money line over NC State at
Oh.
UConn. 71 degrees, clear.
I
Wyoming
think that's it.
71
That's
degrees.
it. Get us out of
rain.
here. We're
All right, that's going to do it for the show. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to go to podcastmediahouse.com. That's where we're at. Check us out there. Why am I pointing to not a camera? I'm pointing at the screen, whatever. But that's going to do it for our show. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and all that special stuff.